Hi, everyone. Jeff Horowitz with Dentist in the Know. As you know, I am here in Cologne, Germany at the IDS meeting. And with me today is one of my dearest friends in the industry. His name is Leif Ebert, who is the CEO of VOCO America. As you know, we've worked closely with VOCO in the past, and part of our mission at Dentist in the Know is to help let you get to know the people behind the scenes, the people who are so passionate about their products like Leif. And why don't we talk about some of the products that have been doing very well for you, some of the things our viewers should know about. First of all, great to see you, my
Hey, good to
friend.
see you, Jeff, like
Okay.
always, you
Yeah.
know? So, yeah, great to see you in my home country,
2 times
Germany,
in 2 years.
IDS. Yeah, so we're great. And IDS is for us always a place where we introduce new products.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it takes around about 3 to 4 months to get it through FDA so that, all of our friends in the
Yeah.
US can get them.
We joke about that when we come here. It's always, I go to IDS to see all the things I can't get yet.
That's pretty much it. We show you the cookie, but we eat them ourselves first.
Exactly.
But there's more cookies to come,
Good. Good.
and this is one of our, highlights here. We're introducing our new veneer cement kit.
Which I think is amazing for several reasons, but why don't you demo it and I'll chime in.
Yeah, I mean, listen, veneer cement kit is nothing new.
No.
So what we try to do is to simplify it for our customers.
Mm.
Instead of having 5, 7 shades, we're using a new shade concept where we can actually do 3 shades. And so it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
If you good work with a great lab,
And that's the point. I mean, you shouldn't need that many colors. If you're really needing to go off into the sides of the universe, you probably need to remake the veneers or be working with a different lab.
that's it,
Most
yeah.
of us are going to be using translucent. Maybe we need a little yellow, a little opaque, but beyond that, we need to be thinking differently about our shading. Yeah.
And that's what that
Yeah.
was pretty much our approach.
Yeah.
You get it from your lab, hopefully 90% it matches. We have a clear one to
Yeah.
confirm the shade. If they're a little bit off, you can make it a little bit lighter, or you can make it a little bit darker. We call it warmer. So it's a warm
Yeah.
and a light color. So you can have a little shade shift there. But listen, that should work for 99% of the
Sure,
cases.
sure. But there's two things that I really like about this kit. One is for a lot of dentists who maybe they don't do a veneer case every week, maybe they don't do one every month. A lot of times the technology in these kits can go sour when it sits on your shelf for a long time, as any kit can. But what I really love is what you've done with the Futurabond U in this kit and with the individual silane primer pack. So maybe talk about that and the applicator.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
have in the kit the Futurabond U universal composite. So that's the bond to the tooth structure, proven for many years, 5-star
Great
rated,
product.
You can also use it with all your corbel material, resin cements, and of course, any like your composite.
I have a question though.
Yes.
This is important. Where it says press here, should I press there? If I'm going to activate this, do I?
And that might be a good
Okay.
idea. So it is really, we
This
try.
is a side story, but you never know what's going to happen when you put stuff in dentist hands. But
Yeah, no, we have only smart customers, so we
Okay.
never see a problem.
Okay.
So no, listen,
Understood.
it's really simple. It's really, as you say, you press here. So this usually would be a question for your wife,
Okay.
because I always like to ask that, female to say, do you use a conditioner and a shampoo, or do you use that all in one? And most females tell me, oh, of course,
Separate.
separately,
Yeah.
So that's probably right. The same thing with the chemistry. We leave it separate, but everybody wants to use it together.
Yeah.
So that's the trick here. We keep it separate. We open it by pressing it where you push here. We simple use a brush, open it, squirrel it around, and you're ready.
Yeah.
Scrub it in for 20 seconds, 5 seconds air core, light screw it for 10, you're done. 35 seconds. You works with everything.
I'm a big fan of single use.
It's
It,
just
it
this
keeps
is
the chemistry
and
fresher
that's the
and
thing
yeah,
is
yeah,
you get every single time the freshest
yeah,
chemistry. And that's the same thing what we do with our silent, you know?
yeah,
Silent evaporates very quick, but it's essential to have a quality silent with pretty much every ceramic restoration. So
right.
you ceramic, same thing, you just open it. This is a single dose. One component, just open it, scrub it in,
Easy.
let it air dry,
Yeah.
and you're ready to go.
I love the sticky Tims though.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Symposium is great, you know? So the idea is, we don't want you to touch, videos could be really small. So you don't want you to touch the area they just, use the silent on it. So you have the
Absolutely.
sticky teams. That's what it does, you
Yeah.
know? It just sticks to the veneer and you can apply it easily with it. And we also think about, okay, what can go wrong with a procedure? And just a little thing. So for example, we put in
Yeah.
some
Leave it to us, Dennis. We'll figure out a
oh, yeah,
way to make
we heard
something go
about
wrong.
that.
Yeah.
So, you got a great lab. They got the right color. You confirm the color. And then you put the cement in it. You get a little bit too much. You scratch it and you have that little gray line in it.
Right.
So for that purpose, we put plastic compules on top of the veneer
Yeah, I
kits.
saw this earlier.
So
That
the idea is here, you don't scratch your veneer. And it's really, the best aesthetic you
yeah,
can provide to your customers.
very nice.
So
It's a great kit, and I think that's gonna do really well for you. Of course, I'm a huge fan of Grandio Block and Grandio Pucks. It's just a wonderful, versatile, hybrid material that, I use it a lot in reconstruction. I use it a lot over implants because it's so forgiving. Great stuff, been around, but you also have some new additions coming down the line with your Grandioso composite.
yeah, Grandioso, it's of course our flagship product.
Yes,
Grandioso has been probably the most tooth-like material for the last 10 years.
right.
And now we make that most tooth-like material more convenient to use. So it's 91% filled, the highest filled material on the market. That gives you strength. It reduces the resin, means less resin, less shrinkage, less staining, less stickiness, so it handles
Yeah,
beautiful. But what we do now, we incorporate what everybody likes to do in posterior is do bulk fill. So you can use that, you can cure 4 millimeters in 10 seconds. So it's
very
very
nice.
fast to
Yeah.
use in posterior, still full universal composite. We also have the simplified shades. We have 5 basic shades, we call them cluster shades, and you restore the entire shade range
So it's a
of
pretty
makeup.
universal composite.
It's the
That's
absolute
I tell.
universal
Yeah.
component. That's what we say, unlimited. You can do everything with it, Anterior, posterior, bulk fill, whatever you want, you can do it, and you can trust it that it'll last and it will look beautiful.
Awesome. And a great item that sells incredibly well in the United States is your fluoride varnish. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Fluid Varnish, we are definitely one of the top products in that category. Everybody likes the feel of it, the taste of it. And so it's okay, how can we do that better? And we partnered up with the Queen Mary University in London, England,
Yes.
and they developed their Biomine. Biomine is a glass what gives up pretty much phosphorus and
Yeah.
calcium and helps to promote, making the teeth stronger.
So a
So
little
we
bit of addition of potential remineralization. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
pretty much what Biomine does
Yeah.
in some
Yeah.
other materials. It's also available as a toothpaste from other companies. So there's a proven record, and we
Yeah.
license that to make our varnish even better.
I love it.
But you still get the small, thin consistency, the great taste and smell of for a varnish what customers love
And
for
that's
15 years.
important because that's the last thing the patient remembers when they leave the hygiene appointment
No,
too.
that's
Is
it.
yeah,
Now
so
that's it.
you wanna make them happy on that front.
And that's it. I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of developments in it on, where people put rinse on teeth again,
Yeah.
low fluoride. But yeah, it's easier, but not always better.
Great
So
stuff. Well, there's so many great products from VOCO. If you haven't tried them, please try them because I've worked with them a long time, and anybody who does will tell you that the quality of these products are just amazing. Personally, I had the opportunity last summer to visit their plant in Cuxhaven, Germany, and thanks to VOCO for that. But I was even more impressed after that visit. First of all, I would have been very happy to eat a meal off the floor in there. But second of all, just the level of R&D that was going on in those buildings and the scope of it was just so impressive. And they really listened to us KOLs and what we're looking for and what are some of the needs out there. So if you get a chance, check out VOCO. Please come meet my friend Leif whenever you can. We thank you for everything,
Jeff, great to see you
and
here, you know?
always good to have you as a partner.
All right, thank
Yeah,
you very much for
thanks.
coming. We appreciate that.
Dennis in the Know at Cologne IDS 2025. We'll see you next time.